Raquel is a young girl from a poor family living in a small house, while her wealthy neighbors, the Hidalgo family, own a large and successful company called Alpha 3. This company is as prominent as Tesla is today. The Hidalgo family consists of 3 sons, Apollo, Aries, and Artemis. Raquel is particularly interested in Aries, and often looks up information about him online. One day, the Hidalgo brothers encounter a problem with their Wi-Fi. Apollo, needing internet access, sneaks into Raquel's house through a small opening in the wall to use her connection. Raquel notices him through her window and asks him to stop. At first, Apollo doesn't listen, but eventually leaves after a brief exchange. The next day at school, Raquel meets her best friend, Yoshi, who secretly has feelings for her, but hasn't yet shared them. Later, Raquel visits a local playground and spots Aries working out. Curious, she follows him into the nearby woods. Aries eventually finds her and reveals that he knows about her feelings for him because he looked through her computer and saw photos she had of him. Feeling a mix of embarrassment and relief, Raquel admits her feelings to Aries. She tells him she's scared and asks if he can walk her home. Aries agrees, but asks for a kiss first. Raquel, though nervous, agrees. Just as they are about to kiss, Aries pulls back and walks her home. After dinner with her mother, Raquel returns to her room, only to find Aries sneaking in through the window. Raquel asks Aries to leave, but he knows she has feelings for him and doesn't want to involve her mother. He convinces her to sit down and talks with her. Although Raquel feels drawn to him, Aries eventually slips out through the window. Later at work with Yoshi, Raquel is approached by Aries, who invites her to his brother's new club opening that evening and says she can bring friends. At the party, Raquel and Aries are seen together, with Raquel sitting close to him. When Aries leans in, Raquel stops him and walks away. During the club event, Raquel encounters Apollo, who is not allowed to drink by his older brother. Raquel encourages him to have a drink, and he ends up very drunk. In his intoxicated state, Apollo makes a scene and throws Raquel's phone out of the car. Because of this, they decide to let Apollo stay the night in Raquel's room. Later that evening, Aries arrives at Raquel's house and decides to stay as well, adding more complexity to their situation. Raquel wakes up the next morning with a mix of emotions and immediately shares the night's events with her best friend Yoshi. As she recounts the story, Raquel learns that Aries has given her a brand new phone to replace the one his brother had accidentally broken. Though grateful, Raquel feels uneasy about accepting such a gift and decides to return it personally. When Raquel arrives at Aries' home, she is greeted by Claudia, who informs her that Aries is in the game room. Raquel heads there, intending to return the phone. As she enters the room, she sees Aries engrossed in a conversation with a girl on his phone. Feeling a pang of jealousy and hurt, Raquel quietly places the phone on a nearby table and starts to leave. Before she can fully exit, Aries notices her and pulls her back. He kisses her unexpectedly, but soon afterward, he tells her to leave. Raquel, feeling deeply hurt and confused, returns home in a state of anger and sadness. Later, Aries discovers Raquel's necklace in his room. This time, Claudia leads Raquel to the backyard, where Aries is mingling with his friends. They are engaged in a lively game of truth or dare. In a playful moment, Aries dares himself and Raquel to participate, culminating in Aries playfully throwing Raquel into the swimming pool. The splash causes quite a scene, and afterward, Aries takes Raquel back to his room and returns her necklace. Later that night, while Raquel is sleeping, Aries steps outside, looking troubled and concerned. Claudia tells Raquel to leave the house, which makes her feel even more frustrated. That evening, Raquel and Yoshi watch a movie together, but Raquel is clearly distracted and disinterested. They later attend a party hosted by Daniela. Raquel is dismayed to see Aries with another girl, which deeply hurts her. She decides to leave the party early, feeling a mix of sadness and betrayal. After leaving the party, Raquel and Yoshi sit together, talking about the events of the evening. Suddenly, the pool starts to overflow with dirty water, prompting them to leave. Raquel, who is very drunk, begins to walk home alone. Aries finds her on her way and ensures she gets home safely. Still emotionally upset, Raquel asks Aries to tell her a story before she goes to bed. Aries begins to open up, expressing that he has always loved her, but has been unable to show it, fearing that love would make him vulnerable. The following day, Aries' father advises him to concentrate on his studies and avoid relationships, suggesting that he needs to focus on his future. In the library the next day, Raquel is studying with Yoshi when Aries approaches her and asks if she would go on a date with him. Although Raquel is initially hesitant, she eventually agrees. Yoshi, feeling hurt and betrayed, confronts Raquel, accusing her of being used by Aries, and walks away in frustration. Raquel and Aries then decide to attend a costume party together. Raquel dresses as a witch for the event, and they end up on top of Aries' father's company tower, enjoying a romantic and memorable evening. After an enjoyable dinner together, Raquel and Aries grow closer, spending more time with each other and behaving like a committed couple. However, their happiness is short-lived when Aries' father discovers their romance. Upset by the news, Aries' father reprimands him sternly in front of the entire family, creating a tense atmosphere at home. Feeling a strong desire to be self-sufficient and prove his independence, Aries decides to take a job at Raquel's workplace. He hopes to earn money to support himself and fund his studies. Unfortunately, one of his coworkers, who is not supportive of his relationship with Raquel, reports Aries' decision to his older brother. This move adds more pressure and complications to Aries' already strained situation. The following week, Raquel and Aries are both looking forward to a company party, excited about spending time together in a social setting. As they arrive at the event, Raquel is taken aback when she sees her mother working as a waitress there. The unexpected sight is both humiliating and upsetting for Raquel. Feeling overwhelmed and embarrassed, she decides to leave the party abruptly, unable to cope with the situation. Later, Aries uncovers that his older brother had intentionally invited Raquel's mother to the party. The goal was to create a difficult and uncomfortable situation that would drive a wedge between Raquel and Aries. This realization leaves Aries feeling conflicted and distressed, as he grapples with the knowledge that his family's actions were meant to sabotage his relationship with Raquel. The situation causes further tension and emotional strain between them, casting a shadow over their time together. Raquel feels very sad at home, while Aries also shows signs of sadness because he genuinely cares for her. At school, Raquel sees Apollo asking Daniela to the prom, but she refuses. Later, Aries asks Raquel to go to the prom with him, but she sadly declines. Raquel is heartbroken and cries at home, thinking about Aries. Her mother advises her to talk to Aries if she still loves him. Raquel goes to Aries' house to speak with him, but sees him with his family. Despite calling out her feelings, Aries ignores her because of his family's presence. Later, Raquel goes to the prom alone, feeling heartbroken. Aries also arrives at the party, but chooses to meet Yoshi instead of Raquel. Aries challenges Yoshi to punch him as hard as he can because he cheated on Raquel. Yoshi, taking the challenge seriously, delivers a powerful punch and knocks Aries out. Aries falls into the swimming pool, which has less water than usual, making it hard for him to get out. Unbeknownst to them, Aries is highly allergic to chlorine. Yoshi returns to Raquel and tells her what happened. Raquel goes to the pool and finds Aries unconscious. They call an ambulance, and Aries' condition becomes critical. He is admitted to the ICU but recovers after a few days. When Aries returns home, his family supports him more, and his father and older brother soften their attitudes. They send him to medical school, but Aries keeps his distance from Raquel. Raquel writes a book about her experiences, which quickly becomes famous and loved by many. Later, she is in bed texting Aries, only to find that Aries is already looking through her window. They reconnect and spend time together once more.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay connected with us.